Now, if it comes to the case, right, when you're forcing the person to drink against their will, this is considered illegal.
Oh, damn!
Don't force me, or else I'll sue you. I'll sue you.
Stop breaking the law!
I'll tie you in court.
I took a video! What's up? What's up? What's up?
And welcome to our coffee shop. I'm your host, Media Leong, and welcome to another episode of the KopiBros show presented by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you that are tuning in via YouTube or any sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for giving us a try, for giving us a listen. We're just a Singaporean duo that are being lawful in
Japan! Arigatou gozaimasu!
Irashaimase!
Irashaimase! Irashaimase!
I was like, that's all I know. Sayonara, I guess. Yeah, but I'll say that at the end. But once again, I'm joined by the lawful one. I'm joined by Brendan's son. Brendan, how are you doing?
Hi, Brendan-san. Okay.
Very good.
Really good, really good.
How's your week been so far, bro?
Okay, not bad. Can't complain.
Has this week been a build up to the Taylor Swift concert for you?
It actually has. Because I think different from me and Paul, right, is that I am a okay Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm just like, oh, okay, I like most of her music. I don't know a lot. I saw a set list, I was like, wow, there's a lot of songs I don't know. Then I had to go and listen to it once. Then I was just like, oh wow, interesting.
Yeah, you're slowly getting into the Swiftie culture before you go into the concert.
Yeah.
To get the best experience possible. Do you see, right, that she does this sort of like thing every We Are Never Getting Back Together? Every time that she performs a song.
Oh yes. Yeah. She gets the dancers to say a line.
Yeah, I saw the third day one. It was walao eh. Walao eh.
Yeah, the first day was no lah.
Yeah. I think the second day was xiao or something.
I didn't know, right? Reselling it, right? My tickets, right? I was so tempted to today. I just found out today, right, that if I want to resell my tickets, right, I can sell it 5 times the money. I'm just like, wow, damn. That's
the danger of the second-hand market. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's why they are so strict on like the ticket sales and stuff.
Correct.
Like
Plus the fact that imagine, right? Cause my sister-in-law and my wife, they send the 4 tickets into the group chat. In my mind, I was just like thinking, wow, that's a few $1,000s. I was just like, wow, if I sell this, wow, that's some money, but then I won't have a home to go to over there.
Yeah, you know what? At least for that few days, you can stay at a nice hotel.
Yeah. Well, I think for like, actually, no, I won't even get to stay at a hotel because Taylor Swift, there's no hotels available.
If you looked at our thumbnail, you'll know that this week we're going to be continuing our series on the weirdest laws. And previously we touched on the weirdest laws in Singapore, and now we're going to be taking a look at Japan. Hi. Now, I am going to Japan next month, sometime about early April, which I heard is like just after the Sakura season. You've been to Japan quite a few times, right? If I'm not wrong, but not specifically Tokyo or whatever.
Yeah. I've been to Tokyo, but it's been a while since I went. I went to Hokkaido like a few 1-2 years back. But honestly, out of all the countries, right, I really love Japan for their food. Wow, especially their food.
Yeah. The other day, right, my friends was like asking me like, are you excited for the Sakura season? I'm only interested in the ramen season.
Yeah, but actually, right,
I don't care about
the thing about Japan ramen, right, it's just that after a while, right, it gets very like it's too flavorful, right? That I think you cannot eat it too like after once or twice, right? It's like too much already. The great thing about Japan is just that there is a whole lot of everything else, like other types of Japanese food, right, that like help you balance. Like there's sashimi, there's katsudon, there's even the Yoshinora there is damn nice. There's Kobe beef.
Yeah, Kobe beef. Wow. You want to eat like what? Soba. You can also eat-
Soba.
I feel like being cold or something. Yeah, that's the beauty of like the Japanese the food, right? Especially the fact, right, that Singapore is like so ingrained in like Japanese.
Yes.
But as we talk about this week's episode, right, about weirdest laws, I think we do have to touch on the fact that Japan has quite a fascinating culture. I think that they are very famous for being honorable. So they have a very honorable society and stuff like that. And you can see that reflected in the laws that we'll touch on later, right? But at the same time, also, there is this element of like, there's a bit of a weird open culture.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very extreme because the thing is, like the older generation, right, they are very nationalism. It's like they're very respectful, they're very nationalism, and they grew up a certain way, right? But then our generation and younger, they are a bit like
I feel bro, the other way.
Yeah, full blown the other way. So it's like they're all full blown like discovering themselves, like being like it's like for so long they've been in this country, like the older generation has been in just like viewing this country in the bubble, right? Then suddenly, wow. Let's go explore everything in the world.
Yeah, and not only that, let's bring our culture to like other cultures also. Yeah, just curious, right? Have you watched this documentary series on Netflix called Risque Business?
I've heard about it. Risque Business.
Yeah, so it's hosted by these two Korean. I would say that they are somewhat famous people in Korea lah. I did not know the extent of how open the sexual culture is until I watched like some of the episodes there. When you were there, do you notice it as well, or is it not very prevalent?
No, it's not very prevalent. It's a very like behind closed doors. I think behind closed door kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not like Amsterdam where it's like bam in your face. You know what? No. I think this is like behind closed doors, but you can feel it.
I think there's like an element of it where it's not like open, like they don't have like sex clubs or stuff like that. But there's like a idea of like if you want to like go and like spend a few hours in like this place just like looking at pornography, you can do that. You know what I mean?
Like, something like that. Yes.
If you see the Risque Business, right, they went to this place where they went to a building that is like a Mustafa, right? You know Mustafa in Singapore, right?
Yeah.
It's just full of sex toys, bro. I was like, what is going on here?
Oh my gosh, it's a bargain stove! Oh no!
There are like so many different floors for all of the stuff. You know, speaking of playing it safe, right? This week we're going to have a look at the weirdest laws in Japan. So, Brandon, are you ready to strap in and get into the episode?
Ready. Irashaimase! Welcome to Japan!
Orishaimasu! Let's get right into the episode. Okay, now as we dive into the weirdest laws, first law that we're going to be talking about. Now, I think that this is one of the more famous, like, weird laws in Japan. I don't know if you know about this. Do you remember when we did the superhero drafts?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. Do you remember that Ji-Young picked one specific draft that involved the Bleach character? A Naruto character. Yeah, the multiplication.
Yeah, Kage no Bunshi no Jutsu, I think, something like that. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know how Ji-Young said it. He can say it damn fast. Kage no
Bunshi Jutsu.
Yeah, basically that superpower is more or less cloning, right? Correct? Like multiplication and cloning yourself. Yeah. Now, Brandon, did you know that cloning is illegal in Japan?
Damn.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I was reading this. I was like, who does this?
Was there an incident?
Yeah, was there an incident where someone was like, playing around with a cloning machine? And I think also because we have this concept that maybe a cloning machine is like, you go in, you press a button, and then like another person. Especially because you watch like what Jimmy Neutron or like Dexter's Laboratory.
Yes. Yeah.
This is like funny elements there. But okay, interestingly enough, right, Japan's parliament in 2000 they enacted a legislation that makes the cloning of humans a crime. And the reason why is because in the US at the same time, it was the case where they cloned the sheep. Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So there was a lot of fear in the idea that if the right sort of technology comes around, it might affect sort of the biological safety of human body, because they can sort of like take your biology and then clone it or something like that. This law prohibits creating human embryos by inserting somatic cells into an unfertilized egg. Is the first in Japan that penalizes a specific kind of research. So they said that they really just don't allow people to research into this field. Now, Brendan, I just want to ask you, right? How much do you think is the fine, or how severe the punishment do you think is if you get caught in the process of cloning?
Maybe fine 10K?
5-10K, okay. I'm going to give you a second try. 5-10K. Yeah, way above. Like, not saying way above, but it's like more above, yeah.
Was it fine 100K?
Yeah, it's about that ballpark figure, yeah.
Oh.
So if you get caught in the act of cloning, right, or especially in inseminating somatic cells into unfertilized egg, right, yeah, the fine is $90,000. And more harsh than that, right, if they deem that it is like you're doing it at a very, very grand scale, right, the largest punishment possible is 10 years in jail.
Isn't like the process of the cell adding into the egg, isn't it something like IVF?
Yeah, I think it is. I think for us, right, our sort of perception of cloning is like they take me at this age and then they clone it. I'm another of me at this age. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I think the idea of for them, right, specifically, is more towards that. I just think that it is a possible way that they can sort of figure out a way to clone and then multiply based on your own genetic DNA, whereas you're not creating someone new. And I think also is the idea, maybe somatic cells. I'm not sure exactly what is the term, like what specific, but it's somatic cells. Now, Brandon, actually, interestingly enough, right, when I was like looking at this information, do you know that it's also illegal to clone in Singapore?
Oh.
So if you look at the MOH website, right, we have this act, which is the Human Cloning and Other Prohibited Practices Act. It was passed in Parliament in September 2004 and it came into effect on 1st October 2004. And this effectively prevents a human clone from being implanted into a human womb for gestation to full term.
Yeah, because you see, you're not making, for them, right, you're not making a fully grown human.
Yes.
You're cloning yourself, like being reborn, like sort of like reborn. Like I'm taking my cells and I'm taking my cells and putting it into a person. Then after that, I was to grow into a womb. Then from there, another Brandon 2.0 comes out. Oh, damn.
And he might grow up to be like a completely different version of you, but you have the same face, the same like, the genetic structure.
Correct.
Yeah. So, okay, so Brandon, the first law for you, how many sushis would you rate this as a weird law?
Oh, 5. I think a good 3. A good 3.
Three sushis. Hi. You get
はい
3 weird sushis.
3 weird sushi of weird vegetables.
Yes, weird vegetables. Yeah, as similar to you, right? When I was researching this specific law, I was like, who would do this?
Yeah, I think it's weird only because like, why would you think of like making this law if no one has ever cloned anybody before? Right. That's the only weird part. Yeah,
unless someone has been doing it. Yeah, unless someone tried. Yeah. And then maybe there's an element of it like, hey, maybe they were successful.
Yeah. Oh, they're almost getting there. Have to faster create the law.
Yeah. Nice try, Miyagi-san or something like that.
Miyagi.
Nice try. All right. Now we're going to be diving into the second law. This one is in relation to money. So as someone that is a wealth manager, Brendan, I'm guessing handling money is very important. Have you ever been in a situation where, let's say, for instance, you go to a mini mart, okay? Or like you go to those 7-Elevens, okay? And then you give them, let's say, $10 for a specific bunch of items, okay? The change that you're supposed to be getting is, like, let's say, $1, okay? Instead, they give you like $1.50. Has there ever been a case where you know that they give you extra change, right? And then you just keep the money?
Maybe when I was younger, yes, I think.
And it happens not so much at 7-Elevens, but more like coffee shops.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
because they like counting the thing very fast, and they give you like maybe a wrong amount. Yeah. Or like maybe at that fine period where like the coin size change, like the 50 cent like looks like 20 cent or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, bro, I had. Let me tell you, I had someone, right. I paid $5 for my food, right, which was 4 or something. The person gave me back $42, $41.50, something like that. I was just like, I was looking at it, $44.50. I was just like, huh? I was just like, wow, this is good shit.
When you were younger, much younger. Is it?
No, this was like older. But I returned it. I'm like, uncle, I gave $5. He's like, I thought you gave $50. Not $50. Then I was just like, no, $5.
Don't tempt me.
Tempting me.
Testing your morals, testing your morals. I would say similar to me, right? When I was younger, like I would take the like 50 cent, the extra 50 cents.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, because at the time you're like, oh, what, 50 cents a lot of money. But then as you grow older,
can buy an eraser, man. What a country eraser. Damn, I can get a new country.
I can buy like a Milo,
No, last time 50 cents our time can buy a fishball noodle in school.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, now 50 cents, maybe you can buy like a sausage or something. Fish cake or whatever. Yes, yeah. Okay, but interestingly enough, right, when we grow older, similarly, that we have been put in this situation, similar to you also, like I give back most of the time when they give like the wrong change. Yeah. Do you know that under the Japanese law, if you're aware of the fact, right, that they give you more change and you willingly take the money, it is considered fraud.
Oh.
Yes.
But how? But it's so tricky though. How do I know that you know that you know
that I know? Yes.
Correct. That you know that you fully you realize that you got extra.
This is where I think, right, it links to the Japanese society where they have the idea that no matter in most cases, right, you try to be careful with the money and then also be honorable in that sense. I think it's more to ingrain of the fact that you have to be an honorable person. Like,
Always check. It's either always check at the same time. Always be have morals always have high moral ground.
Yeah. And I think also like similar to Singapore, because in Singapore, right, actually ignorance of the law is not considered a deemable excuse for like not being charged of something lah. Do you know what I mean? Like if I say that actually I don't know.
Yes.
There's this such law. Okay, of course to the extent, right? These sort of cases, they never go to like the Supreme Court level. Like they're more like settled in the like lower level or like maybe the police station and stuff like that lah. Yeah, but I think this is more a testament to the Japanese culture and their values of being honest and keeping track of money.
Yeah.
There was a very big case in 2014. In the Miyagi prefecture, ironic, I just said Miyagi. In the Miyagi prefecture on May 21st, right, they arrested a woman on swindling charges after the cashier at a local store handed her an extra 45,000 yen in change. Now, this woman, right, she denied the charges, claiming that she simply didn't notice that there was like an additional amount of additional cash. I would assume, right, in this case, right, it's like ignorance. It's like I didn't check the money.
I didn't check money. I just put it in my wallet because it's understandable. I feel like in this case, it's really understandable.
So a 47-year-old company employee was making a large payment related to her mobile phone. The bill came to approximately 102,000 yen, which the woman paid for using 105,000 yen in cash. Yeah, so the change that was reverted instead of 3,000 was 48,000 yen. So it's like, I think 45,000 extra. Yeah. First off, I gotta say, right, the cashier, right, wrong job.
I in my mind, I was calculating, right, how do you even calculate, right, that you give the person back for the, like, what do you assume he paid you with? 100 like, huh? But I feel like for this law, right, it's like a very beginner level, right, of the bigger law, which is, it's very common. And I recently had this conversation, because especially now that in the bank, right?
Yeah, wealth management, yeah.
Yeah, that let's say like someone accidentally transferred to you $100,000.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you spend it or can you not spend it? Because it's not, you get what I mean? Someone transferred into your bank account $100,000. Yes. But then, but the thing is, right, it's illegal in Singapore and in almost everywhere in the world, right, to spend money that is not yours. So if you spend the money, right, and you don't, it's you and the person go to police, right, it's a chargeable offense to spend money that it doesn't belong to you.
Is there like a statute of limitations? Let's say for a certain period of time they don't notice, or ever. Or is it your job to go and inform them that you took hey, how come I got 100,000? Do you know what I mean? Or it might be a stranger that I don't know.
Correct. So it actually recently, it happened, I think in London or in US, right? I can't remember which country. There's someone, like the bank actually there was an error, right? And they banked to her $1 million. I think it was close to $1 million. Then after she went on a crazy shopping spree and everything. Then after that, only after a while, I think after a few months, then they noticed. Then after that, they went to get it back. Then they realized, she said that she already spent it. So how? Yeah. So in the end, she was charged in court. Then she had to come up with a payment scheme to return back the money. Yeah.
Wow, damn, yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks, yeah. But
Yeah.
I guess that if you experience that sort of like random windfall, right, the number one thing you should do first is you should check, lah. I guess.
Yeah, especially when it's a huge sum. Like sometimes, honestly, I always tell people like, imagine someone transfer me $50, I won't notice it, what, right? Like,
Yeah, you won't notice it.
yeah, I won't check my bank account. Like, oh my gosh, I got extra $50. I'm just like, oh, maybe somebody paid me something, or like maybe I never pay. Something,
yeah.
something
Or
came
someone
in.
forgot to pay lah, me. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Then after you, but so in this case, right, I actually have this experience before, and this person swap cards. So
Oh,
in the
okay.
end, the person charged extra $200 onto my card. Similar. So my card was charged extra $200. So in the end, I have to call the bank, right, and let the person know that the person has my card.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
and that
okay.
he have to return me the $200, like transfer me the $200.
Okay.
Himself.
How do y'all manage? How do y'all swap the card? Like y'all go to a club and then after
Say
they
no.
give back.
Yeah, we went to the same restaurant and our cards is exactly the same. So the restaurant returned us back a different, returned us back the same card, but the thing is on different name lah. So it's like, so the restaurant returned me his card and the restaurant returned him my card. Then after that he went on to go to another drinking place and he spent $200 on the card. Then I just the next day I called the bank. Then I told them that it's what. So in the end,
Yeah, it's a mess
the
up,
bank, yeah. So then after that, the bank told me, am I okay to? I don't think they can do it now, but last time in the past when I was much younger, they asked me whether am I okay to let the other person know my handphone number so that person can contact me. Then I say yes, please let the person contact me. Then after that, then the person contacting me directly. But I think now it's impossible. Now with the PDPA is I don't think you can do that.
Okay. And then how they settle? It's like he just transferred the 200.
He just so it was thankfully this guy was a nice guy. Imagine I was thinking, imagine if he doesn't transfer me back my $200, right? Then I have to go. It cannot be. Then it'll be so it'll be you're stuck in the middle. It's like, do I go make a police report for $200, or like
Yeah.
or in the case where let's say you pay now someone, right, $50, but you pay now to the wrong number. Then the person doesn't want the person that you pay now, right, don't want to return you the $50. Then how? Do you call the police for the $50? Yeah. You can actually, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
So now you know that you can, yeah.
How would you rate this law out of 5 sushis, my friend?
I think 2. I think it's understandable. Yeah.
It's understandable, and I think it's more of an honorable thing. Like
correct. Like the punishment the punishment doesn't sound that heavy. If let's say like if this is a jail term punishment, then that would be a very weird law.
I agree. Yeah. So the punishment it's equal punishment to the weirdness of the law.
Yeah.
Now, law number 3. You've been to Japan, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you notice in Japan, in most cases, it's quite clean, right? It's extremely clean in most of the cases. Yes. But it is hard to find a trash can, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, for instance, a lot of people have commented to me, right? Like after they buy food, right, then they walk around, they cannot figure out like where to throw the food or like.
And you're wondering how is it so clean when especially sometimes in overseas country you see a lot of people just throwing trash on the floor because really they cannot see any trash can anywhere, so they just since you don't have trash can, I just throw it on the floor. But over there it's like so clean, you're just like then you feel so pricey to be the one that show like litter. Then you're just like no lah, okay lah. I shall put it in my pocket.
I should put it in my pocket. When the culture says no, I'll put it in my pocket.
Yeah. I now have a trash pocket where I keep my trash.
Now this pocket will forever be my trash pocket. Yeah. So now I did learn this specifically from my colleagues, right, who have lived in Japan. Do you know that it's technically there are allocated timings to dispose of your trash or your garbage? Do you know about this?
Oh.
Yeah. So apparently, right, if you take out the garbage on the wrong timing, too early or too late, right, they will charge you very hefty fines.
Oh, damn.
Yes. So, apparently, like the reasons are very practical. So, why do you think that there's a reason why they specifically said it? Like, okay, there's a certain time for you to go and put out the trash.
So that when the person collects it, like it's all like it's not out for too long. That it's not like I guessing like it seems like illogical because like the things that the smell won't spread. And then it's too late. Then in the end, if the person miss it, then your trash will be there for until the next day. Something like that, is it?
Yes, it's somewhat related to that. But apparently, like actually, in terms of like collecting, it's quite practical. It's similar to that way, right? But actually, it's because they don't want like animals to go and rummage through the trash too much.
Oh.
Yeah, so they scared like, let's say if you put it too early, right, in the morning, right, there will be like crows, raccoons or cats that will like just like dig through the garbage, which I think is quite common.
Which is true. Yeah. I stayed in India. Yeah.
Yeah.
you see crows hunting over here.
Yeah. Funny you say that, right? My friend told me that the crows in Japan are damn big also, is it?
Oh yeah. Actually, honestly, the animals in Japan they are quite relatively like free and open and quite big.
Yeah, but my friend told me, right, that the crows they are a bit gross, but they don't really disturb you lah. But my friend said, yeah, because they're Japanese ma.
They're polite.
Thank you very much.
I can't remember. They're not very loud. I don't remember them being very like in Australia. Wow, in Australia they like make themselves known, and you just feel like wow, damn. Like,
but the Australia also they're more like woo, like so they actually have a very intricate trash disposal system. Now on top of the window timing, there are also a lot of trash disposal guidelines that you have to follow. There are actually 4 categories of disposable items. So number 1 is burnable stuff, which is like, how am I supposed to know whether something is burnable or not? Unless I actually test.
Try it yourself.
Oh, there goes my house. Why is your house gone? I was testing whether this paper can burn. Yeah. So they categorize it. It's more like paper waste, clothing, cooking oil, these sort of things lah. Yeah, which is like burnable stuff. Then there's also non-burnable stuff, which is like I think the stuff that will like erupt lah. So like lighters, LED bulbs, small metals and stuff like that. Next up is recyclables, which is of course like newspaper, magazines, cardboards and stuff like that. And then last one is large appliances, which is like home appliances, furniture and stuff like that. On top of that days, right, the disposal also vary on the type of garbage. So it's like the timing windows is like, okay, Monday is maybe collection for burnable items, or like Tuesday is collection for like non-burnable items, or like Wednesday is like recyclables and stuff like that. On top of like the normal trash disposal lah. Yeah, so the charges they can be like a few $1,000s like if you put it out at the wrong timing, and then your neighbors catch you lah. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. So now you know, right? If you're in Japan, if you live in Japan specifically, right, this is something that they very very strict on. Yeah.
I think it's quite crazy that you have to remember the different timing, right, for a different kind of trash.
Yeah, and not only that, right? It's like I thought about it. If like let's say I have a huge build up of like a lot of certain trash, then it's like I just have to wait until like that day. I can't dispose it on like the other timing or whatever. Your trash pocket now have a trash house. Yeah. Okay, so how many sushis will you rate this third law?
I think 3. I think it's okay. It's not too bad. Like the fine is understand. Like the only ridiculous thing is the fine. Like the law, I think is fine. Like it seems like something to just like, make sure that you like have proper like social etiquette. But at the same time, the punishment is a bit severe for like teaching you social etiquette.
Yeah, teach you social. I think also like for the fact that we live in Singapore, right? Like Singapore they are quite strict on like garbage disposal and stuff like that, and we live in a relatively clean society. Yeah. But so I think that our system more or less works, but maybe for like a bigger country, it might like that's why they want to segregate it, like okay, recyclables like that and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't imagine like me while I have to go and dig through the trash, like recyclables I put to this one. Yeah. I just have one dustbin in my house.
Same. Like one dustbin and that's it. Sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm actually using a lot of plastic bags.
All right. Now we're gonna move on to the 4th law. when I was reading about this law, I thought it was quite funny. I'm sure there are cases where, right, especially when you're younger, right, you've been to a club, right, or like you go partying, you go drinking and stuff like that, right? Yeah. And then there's always like a friend who is like me, okay? Who is like, hey bro, I'm not drinking. I don't want to drink. And then there's always the other friend that's like, bottoms up, bro.
Just one shot, bro. Just one.
Come on lah, bro. After that, it becomes like a bit of like, I said no. And then it becomes like a bit serious, right? Yeah. Then after that, it'd be like, oh, you then you start a fight or whatever. Now, if it comes to the case, right, when you're forcing the person to drink against their will, this is considered illegal.
Oh, damn! Wow!
So, don't force me, or else I'll sue you. I'll sue your
Stop breaking the law!
I'll sue your drunk ass.
You're breaking the law!
I'll tie you in court.
I took a video!
Yeah. When I was reading it, I was like, oh, this is a very funny law. Now, this is under the acts that is a drunken man causes trouble to the public act. Okay. It's like the elaborate act, right? If you force other people to drink, the action is considered harassment.
Damn.
Yeah. So and you'll be accused of coercion, right? If you sort of goad people, like goad the person that is like helping, like forcing Then when like if like you're another person, hey bro, yeah lah, just listen to him lah, just take one more shot lah. Yeah. I think in most cases, right, if you say like no, they are like okay, they'll honor the. There are certain times where it might cross the line where it's like they force you to drink or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
What about peer pressure? Instead of peer pressure, what about like? Because I feel like in Japan, it's more fun. Not you're drinking with like colleagues, drinking with like bosses.
Yeah.
Then
I
if a
didn't think
boss,
about that.
So if imagine your boss asks you to drink, they're not forcing you, but like it's like the workplace pressure forcing you. Yeah.
I think there's a way that you can justify that it's like I'm being forced to drink. Like if I really specifically say that I don't want, or like I'm telling I stop lah. And I think it's because that they are quite harsh on this rule, because in Japan culture, even though they are okay with drinking, right, they actually don't condone like public nuisance, like being a public nuisance.
Yeah, actually that's true.
Yeah, even though like there are a lot of laws that that encourage drinking, actually they are very against like you have to be personally responsible how you conduct yourself in public.
I feel like one thing about Japan is like they know how to be presentable.
Yes. Actually, I think it's a big thing in their culture.
Yeah, correct.
Like on top of this rule, right, drinking in public is completely legal. Do you know about this? Like there's no issues if you drinking in public as long as you're 20 years old. There are certain areas like I think Disneyland forever they say like you can't drink and stuff like that lah.
Understandable.
Yeah. Another fun law, right, where I was researching, right, about like drinking or like beer specifically, right, is that it's illegal to brew anything in your house that is 1% alcohol and above.
You can't make your own beer.
You can't really make your own beer, so that it's illegal in Japan as well. But all right, Brandon, how many sushis would you rate this?
I'll rate this a good old 3.
Three
sushi. Yeah. Because I feel like I think it's okay. It's again about social etiquette, I feel. But it's just that there's now a law about this social etiquette.
The last law.
Damn. Oh.
I pressed it by accident. Now, I did think this is a bit of a weird law. Brandon, you love ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
I love ice cream. I love ice cream. Do you have a favorite ice cream? Just curious, like favorite.
Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's.
Get me the cookie dough.
Chocolate chip
cookie dough.
Now, have you had a situation where like, oh my god, this ice cream is so awesome. I really want Medet to try this. Have you had that like thought?
Yeah. Like, oh my god, this is damn good. Guys, try this shit.
Yeah. I really need to send this to my friend, right? I'm going to send it through the mail. Have you ever thought about that?
The ice cream? Through the mail?
Now, did you know that it is illegal to send ice cream in the mail? Similar to the first law, I was like, who does this?
But there must be a situation, right? And it can't be only one. Because if there's only one, right, they will just give a warn, like, let that specific person know.
In the law isn't just limited to ice cream, but ice cream is one of the things that are included in the major bulk of the law lah. Okay. So in Article 78 of the Postal Law protects all postal property against damage law. In 2006, a 42-year-old postman from Saitama Prefecture was arrested for putting chocolate ice cream into a mailbox.
The funny thing is, the person was
he got a stamp on it and everything. How much do you think the punishment is? Yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking it would just be like a $500, maybe like a $200 fine.
Yeah. Okay. So it's more like times 20? Yeah, it's like a $5,000 fine for putting ice cream into the mailbox.
Ice cream into a mailbox.
And when I was researching, because this is the lowest scale, like to get fined like around this, it's up to this amount lah. But if you're like a serial ice cream putter or something like that.
Serial ice cream mailer. Ice cream mailer.
Yeah, ice cream mailer. The blackmailer, the ice cream mailer.
Wow, I honestly thinking, right, how?
It's winter, it won't melt one. I'm sure it won't melt. It'll last through the whole time.
Wow, actually that makes sense. Actually that makes it a bit more understandable.
Yeah, maybe it's like damn cold. That is like
like freezing cold, and we are in a city, right, that is like crazy cold. Yeah. And this meal is just within that city.
Yeah. Maybe.
But that's still a crazy.
When you still think about it, it's like, bro, the mail, it's like it takes a few days. Why not just like
Grab.
Grab or something? Yeah. Or why don't you just meet at a certain place? Or like, why don't you go to the ice cream place and
Well,
eat?
yeah. Or like, why don't you just bring it home, invite your friend over?
The maximum punishment, right, is jail. But how many years?
Oh, 1 year?
5 years, brother. 5 years.
Oh my god! Wow,
Yeah.
serious punishment for some cereal mailer, ice cream mailers. Oh damn!
Yeah. He ice cream mailed me. The mail person. I just can't imagine the mail person. It's like, bro, I'm just doing my job. It's not my fault. Yeah. Yes, it was a very, very funny law. Okay, so out of this law, how many sushis would you give this?
I think this is I think this is good 4 or 5
it's a
actually.
four,
This
four,
4,
five,
yeah.
yeah.
Look, I can't even imagine being in a room right when they're discussing the law. So the next on our agenda, discuss whether should we in place a law when you mail ice cream. Then he was like, sorry, repeat. Mail what again? Knives?
Yeah.
No, mail ice cream.
Mail.
Oh.
Then there'll be that one guy like, I hate it when that happens. 5 years. 5 years jail.
Punish them! Punish them!
I'm lactose intolerant. This is a fine law. 5 years. Nonsense.
Oh yeah. I can't stand watering McFlurry. This is it. This is not. Oh my god.
Just to wrap up this episode, right, I'm just gonna say 2 more that are like smaller ones.
Yeah.
It is illegal to hand your neighbor's misaddressed mail to them. So if let's say the mail comes to you, right, you cannot give it to your neighbor. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Article 42 of the postal law, which actually is to protect the privacy of both the sender and the recipient. So you actually have to send it back to the post office. You know what I mean?
Damn. Wow, that's a long ass process.
Yeah, it's a long ass process. It's a 1 year jail or fine. More than 200,000 yen. It's about maybe. Okay, last one, right, before I wrap it up. It is illegal to own non-Japanese branded walkie-talkies. I was like, okay. It's a weird law. Yeah, this is because Japan relies heavily on radios that as a form of community announcement to relay information. I'm not sure why specifically must be Japanese, but failure to comply can result in 1 year imprisonment or fine of up to 1 million yen. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So hopefully after this episode, we will learn a bit more about Japanese culture and considering that, especially considering the fact that there are so many Singaporeans that are now going there for holiday lah. Maybe you'll be a bit more wary of the laws that are in Japan. Yeah.
Check your change.
Yeah. Check your change and don't mail and
ice cream.
don't mistaken the mailbox as a rubbish bin. Ice cream is like, yeah, you can go to court. Okay. That was our weirdest laws in Japan episode.
Get out of here.
Oh, look at the time. The coffee shop is closing. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the episode, please remember to give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. We have episodes that drops every Monday. But at the same time, also, if you're into football, we have the Football Kaki that drops every Wednesday. And also, if you're into fun and interesting game show formats, we have our big podcast here, the Chit Chatter, the SG Draft podcast that drops every Friday. Also, if you're into interesting and fun tournament polls, we have our weekly tournament poll on Instagram that goes on from every Monday to Thursday. It's a reoccurring tournament poll that happens every 12 p.m. And this week's tournament is going to be cities in Japan, like not top cities to visit in Japan. Yeah. So if you're interested in that tournament, you can head over to Instagram every Monday to Thursday to go and vote. Okay. Hopefully everyone learned a bit more about the weird laws in Japan and that you are wary the next time you go. But remember,
Kopi a day keeps your troubles away.
Brendan-san,
Media-san,
sayonara.